I am Emma. I am 22 years old. I live in a small city. My family is poor. My father is sick, and my mother works hard. I always wanted a better life. I wanted to help my family. But life is not easy. One day, a man came to our house. He was old. He had gray hair and wrinkles. His name was Mr. Harrison. He was rich. He had many houses and cars. He wanted to marry me. I felt nervous and confused. I did not love him. But I thought about my family. I thought about money. Maybe this marriage could help us. My parents were happy. They wanted me to marry him. They said, "Emma, think about your future. Money is important." I felt sad, but I agreed. I did not want to fight with my parents. On my wedding day, I wore a red dress. My heart was heavy. Mr. Harrison smiled at me. He was kind, but I could not feel love. I felt trapped. I tried to be polite and happy. I promised myself, I will stay in this marriage for money. I will help my family. Nothing else matters. After the wedding, we went to his big house. The house was beautiful, but it was empty. I felt lonely. Mr. Harrison tried to talk to me, but I felt uncomfortable. I did not want to touch him. I felt guilty because I promised myself to marry him for money, not love. That night, I cried in my room. I felt my life was over. I felt scared about the future. I thought about the freedom I lost. I thought about the love I wanted but could not have. I thought about my family and their happiness. I told myself, I will be strong. I will survive. Little did I know, my life was about to change in ways I could not imagine. After a few months, I learned about Mr. Harrison's secret. He was not happy with me. He wanted a young woman who loved him. I realized he was also lonely. We were both trapped. He spent most of the day in his office. I stayed at home, feeling bored and sad. I met some young people online. They were kind and fun. I talked to one of them, Sophie. Sophie was 24. She laughed a lot and had a beautiful smile. We became friends. We shared our feelings. I told her my story. I married an old man for money. I am not happy. She listened and understood. She said, "Emma, you need to think about yourself. You cannot live only for money. You deserve love." One day, Mr. Harrison invited me to dinner. He was happy. I smiled, but I felt empty. I wanted freedom. I wanted someone who loved me. I thought about Sophie. I decided to meet her secretly. We met in a park. We walked and talked. For the first time in months, I felt happy. I felt alive. But I knew it was dangerous. If Mr. Harrison found out, he would be angry. I had to hide my feelings. I had to lie. I had to be careful. My life was full of secrets. I felt guilty, but I could not stop. I wanted love. I wanted joy. I wanted freedom. At home, I pretended to be happy with Mr. Harrison. I smiled, cooked, and cleaned. He thought I loved him. I felt sad for him. But I could not lie to myself. Every day was hard. I lived two lives. One with Mr. Harrison, full of lies, and one with Sophie, full of happiness. I realized something. Money is not everything. Happiness, love, and freedom are more important. But my heart was in danger. I did not know what would happen if Mr. Harrison discovered my secret. I felt the tension growing every day. One night, Mr. Harrison came home early. I was on my phone chatting with Sophie. He saw the messages. His face changed. I felt fear. I knew I was in trouble. He asked, "Emma, who is Sophie?" My hands were shaking. I did not know what to say. I lied. "She is just a friend, nothing more." But he did not believe me. He looked sad. He said, "Why are you not happy with me? I gave you everything." I wanted to explain, but I could not. I wanted to scream, but I was silent. Days passed. He was cold. He stopped talking to me. He watched me every moment. I felt trapped again. I felt guilty, scared, and angry. I realized money cannot buy trust or love. Our house became a prison. I thought about leaving him. But where would I go? I had no money. I had no freedom. I was trapped by my own decision. I cried alone every night. I thought about Sophie. I thought about my family. I wondered if my choices were wrong. Then something happened. Mr. Harrison met Sophie by accident. He saw us together. He was angry. He shouted and demanded answers. I felt my heart break. I knew this was the end. I realized my life could never be normal. Secrets can destroy everything. I felt ashamed. I realized I could not live like this anymore. I needed to make a choice. Stay for money and live in fear, or leave and find freedom. I wanted freedom more than anything. I wanted to be myself. I wanted love, not money. I decided to leave Mr. Harrison. I packed my bag quietly. I gave him a letter. I am sorry. I married you for money. I was wrong. I need to live my life. Please forgive me. I went to Sophie's house. She hugged me. I felt safe for the first time. I felt alive. We laughed and cried together. I realized love is more important than money. I realized happiness cannot be bought. I also told my parents. They were angry at first, but then they understood. They said, "Emma, you are brave. You followed your heart." I felt relief. I learned a lesson. Never choose money over love. After a few months, I started my own work. I became independent. I earned my own money. I was happy. Mr. Harrison moved on. He found someone his age. I felt sorry, but I was free. I never forgot the pain, but I also learned courage. Life gave me a second chance. I learned love, friendship, and freedom are more important than money. I am happy now. I live with honesty and hope. Moral: never marry for money. True happiness comes from love and freedom, not wealth.